Alright, what we learned picks and bans. Um, game 3. Oh, no, game 4. Yeah, Cloud9 won. Game 4, Cloud9 versus Gravity. Yes, that's what we're at now. More interesting picks coming out of the jungle from, what's his name? Hi. But it looks like this final pick for Gravity is going to be Oriana. I don't really see why you would pick something different than Oriana. Oh, Twisted Fate. Okay, I could see Twisted Fate. This is pretty indecisive. Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm okay with the Twisted Fate because they have Gangplank. Normally Twisted Fate's damage is a little bit lower than other mid laners to make up for his massive utility. But let's take a look at this. Damage versus effective HP. We got Kha'Zix. He's definitely going to be going damage. Double cleanse. Victor. This is distracting me. Victor and Varus. Kha'Zix versus Gangplank. So Cloud9, there's no, yeah, they definitely have the damage, and so does Gravity at the same time. Gangplank matches Victor pretty evenly. I feel like Kha'Zix isn't going to be particularly worse than Twisted Fate in terms of damage throughout a team fight. And then Ashe and Varus are not too terribly different, like we saw in the last game. So it's pretty similar. And of course, Maokai, Braum, a little bit better at protecting than Gragas and Alistar. But it's not like they're putting shields up or massive heals, because Alistar's not going to be building much stuff. Pressure versus engage, very similar. The Gangplank burst can be extended a good amount, but the Varus, Victor plus Varus, I think it's pretty neutral. I mainly go off the sustained damage through pressure. What about engage? Maokai, Braum, Kha'Zix, I think he can engage pretty well. Maybe he's got a slow and he can jump in with that shield, ultimate invisibleness or whatever. Ashe, Gangplank, Twisted Fate, all good engages. Twisted Fate can pull something magic. Ashe can shoot her arrow. They're good enough. So in the event one team gets behind, you know, they have the engage if they need to push someone off a turret. So carry versus control. I don't know why this is happening. That's really strange. Just started happening last 2 games. Alright, carry versus control. So what we got? We got 3 carries from each side. Not a whole lot of control. It's gonna be hard. So Gangplank and Ashe are not really gonna be that easy to deal with. Twisted Fate's a little bit closer range. I think he's 525. So Maokai can kind of mess with him. Kha'Zix will be jumping in again, just like Shyvana, but I don't think he's as deadly. But they have Victor, who's gonna be able to follow that burst up because he has that long range, but they don't. They only have Gangplank. Ugh. This is really tough. So the only one they're really going to control is Kha'Zix. And it's kind of the same thing on the other side, which they might be able to control Twisted Fate. So I don't, especially if we kind of ult in behind. There's no real avenue for control here. This is going to be like one of those kill the front line and then kill the back line type deals. So this is going to be pretty standard. We should actually see kind of an interesting. It could stall out because of that. This whole game could stall. That's really annoying. It's going to depend on this poke, I think. What we got? Again, Varus and Victor. Ooh, but they got Gangplank and Twisted Fate plus oof. The Braum can stop the Twisted Fate and the Ashe. I don't know if he can stop Gangplank barrels. I don't think he can. So that can still get through, but Gravity has nothing to stop the Varus and Victor lasers, the Varus arrows and Victor lasers. So I think Cloud9 is going to be really getting a major advantage here in poke. That's gonna be the first big thing. Pick versus disengage. Gravity, big pick, and disengage. Cloud9, they can block the pick again, but of course, ooh, they can zone the engage with Victor, but if Victor gets stunned, it's not really that big. Oh, Sneaky can also shoot a zero. I didn't even think about that last time. They can actually disengage from that. I like that. So they can sort of do, it's not a real disengage, it's like a slowing down sort of disengage, and then Elimination can all follow up that, so they can protect it. Anyone that gets picked with an Ash Arrow pretty good. So I think they can disengage that off. Gravity, there's no real pick that's coming out of Cloud9, so they don't have to worry about that. But I think Cloud9 can, get rid of it. And Maokai's not involved in that, so that's good too. If Maokai was required for the disengage, I might give Gravity more points there, because Maokai's not always going to be around for the engage and the pick. Burst versus healing. Ooh. Ooh. So Twisted Fate has terrible burst. I don't know Kha'Zix, honestly. I really don't like when I don't know how strong a champion is. I don't know how strong Kha'Zix's burst is. From what I remember when he was relevant in the scene, it was pretty strong. So I want to give him higher than Twisted Fate, but Gangplank at the same time is really good burst. If someone gets hit by an Ash Arrow and Gangplank throws barrels and shoots those barrels while they're stunned by that Ash Arrow, oh, that's why they have the double cleanse. Okay. So I think the burst is going to be a lot harder for Gravity to land. Cloud9's burst is just instant, kill somebody. So I want to give this to Cloud9, but I don't want to get sidelined by Gangplank in my prediction. So split. Oh, Gangplank. Oh god, Gangplank is going to crush them in the split push. Gravity has that. Maokai. I think Maokai is pretty good, but Gangplank, because his barrels penetrate armor at 60%, he should be able to just, survive up there, and then Keen can kind of come alt wherever he wants, when he wants, and then the Ash Arrow can follow up if anything, if they're good at shooting it. So Gravity definitely has that split. That's going to be kind of one of the requirements for them to win this. Shit. Alright. So this is tough. Gravity can win a team fight, I feel like, with Gangplank there. And that's going to kind of be key. So I'm giving Cloud9 a better chance in this game, but if Gravity really takes advantage of their split push and does like 3-1-1 split pushes, or even just a 2-3 split push or something, I feel like Gravity can make a lot of ground up that Cloud9 is just not going to be able to deal with. Mainly to do that split push. So Cloud9's small. Watch for the gravity pressure, gravity split. I think Cloud9 are going to win the team fights unless they lose the lead. That's the big thing. So we'll see what happens. So if Gravity gets a lead, they're going to split push and they're going to win. Forgot about that. Because they're not Cloud9's, yeah. Oh, whatever. We'll leave it here. This is gonna be really close. This is a really close game. So, and unless Gravity gets a lead, their split push is gonna crush it. So, yep. Gravity split push.